What's up, everybody? We're back with another tips and tricks video for Mystery Tackle Box. I'm Matt from SB Fishing TV. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new bait from BioSpawn and probably one of the most versatile baits you can fish. And that is the ExoSwim. So this bait can literally be fished anywhere in the water column and on about 15 different rigs. So today I have a few different ones rigged up, and I'm going to show you really quickly what we're working with. So we have an Alabama rig. We have it as a spinnerbait trailer. We have it on a swinging football head, an underspin, bladed swim jig, and last but not least we have it on a regular swim jig head. But that doesn't even cover half of what you can fish these things on. You can Texas rig them, you can Carolina rig them, you can throw them on a finesse jig head, you can throw them weightless, you can throw them with a belly hook. The list just goes on and on and on. So this ExoSwim is a bait that I have tied on year round. There's not a day that I'm out on the water where I do not have this awesome boot tail styled swim bait tied on. Really, it just all depends on what rig that I'm throwing it on. So really quickly, we're going to talk about when I'm throwing them on which rigs and why. Before we get into how we're going to rig this ExoSwim up, let's talk about the bait itself for a minute. So it's a 4-inch paddle tail or boot tail styled swim bait. One thing that I really like and that caught my eye immediately is that it has slits on the bottom and the top. And what that's going to do, it's going to allow your hook to penetrate through this plastic a lot easier and get right into the fish's mouth instead of having to cut through all that plastic. Another thing I really like about this bait is that it's ribbed from the head all the way down to the tail, and that it tapers really nicely but still keeps that real chunky upper end. The fact that it does taper down to a really sharp tail like that, what that's going to allow this bait to do is really have a wide swinging action on the back end. So BioSpawn did a really great job at keeping this bait really durable, but yet it's still pretty soft at the same time, if that makes sense. You know, usually it's a trade-off. Your bait is either super soft and it tears up super easily, or it's so durable, you know, there's not too much action to it. You're gonna be able to catch multiple fish on this bait. Unlike others, you know, you catch one and the tail rips off or it just rips in half. There are literally fish just jumping all around me right now. It's crazy. But yeah, that's a little bit about this bait. Again, I have this tied on in different sizes all throughout the year. It doesn't matter if it's December or July. This bait is going to be on my boat and tied onto one of my rods. Alright, so I know you guys are going to ask me, Matt, where should I fish these ExoSwims? It's kind of a complicated answer because the answer is everywhere. I'm going to break it down to 3 different baits you should be throwing on which season. So as far as winter goes, I'm going to have it on an Alabama rig, a finesse jig head, and the underspin. So you're going to want to fish these baits in areas with, you know, bluff walls, steep tapering points, really deep boat docks. Areas like that in the wintertime just have such a big congregation of fish, and really that's what you want to be paying attention to when you're out on the water, is just finding those big congregations of fish to throw these things through. Coming up to spring, you're going to want to start looking for your secondary points, your flats, and then any of those transitional highways where those fish are using to spawn. So again, the bluff walls work there as well, and long, shallow, like tapering points are great. And for that time of year, I'm going with the bladed swim jig. I'm going to throw it on an underspin and definitely on the trailer of a spinnerbait. I'm really focusing in deep water with these baits in the summertime. Reason being, the bait is deep, most of the fish are going to be relating to deeper cover, and that's when I'm sticking to my points, ledges, and back to deep boat docks again. So another thing that you can do in the summertime is run these real shallow in the morning. You know, you want to throw them on like a chatterbait and just whip it around any sort of shallow grass that you can find. That's another thing, if you're on a shallow river that has a lot of grass, I love throwing this on either like a weightless swim bait hook or the chatterbait, just around any sort of hydrilla or milfoil or whatever it may be that you're fishing. But those are definitely going to be areas that hold fish. And last but not least, we're going to go over fall really quickly. So this is when, actually, probably my favorite time to fish it is fall and winter. So the bait fish are big, the bass are eating, they're hungry. I'm going to go with an Alabama rig. I'm going to go with the chatterbait, a spinnerbait, and I'll even throw the underspin, but I'm gonna beef that thing up a little bit more and throw probably like a 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce underspin. Hey guys, well, that's gonna be it for me today. We went over the awesome ExoSwim by BioSpawn. We went over about 20 different ways you can rig these things up, where to fish them, what time of year, and what rigs I'm going with during that time. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video on the ExoSwim. If you're not already throwing one of these, you really need to go pick one up. They just flat out catch fish. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button for me. We'll see y'all on the next one.